individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition.
Has been arrested by federal agents.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment.
And prep that hotel.
Conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved.
It had already been prophesied.
I also saw Broadway. Is it the same thing? I don't know those things. But I saw Broadway. You know Broadway? Then some guys are wondering what has happened to the vice teacher.
This is not even an area of expertise or great interest to the wise teacher. Up until then, he had no clue about Broadway or what it's all about. 18th August, 2024.
So, Broadway, you know Broadway? A lot of that from there began to be exposed in the news. When it was exposed, somehow it was unexplained, but a lot of that began to come out into the news, and it caused national attention, like bringing people to accountability, and the Lord beginning to shake up that place. But let me read what I saw. It shall be a window for the children of God to arise into that space.
And 29 days later, in a spectacular fulfillment of prophecy, awful revelations from Broadway became the major highlights of international news reports after the unsealing of a grand jury indictment that exposed the business of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, that has for years had its bases in Broadway, Manhattan, New York, as part of an alleged racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking criminal organization. Following his arrest,
Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested by federal agents at a hotel here in New York City. Combs had been living there for several weeks. A person with knowledge of the investigation told NBC News the arrest was based on a sealed indictment brought by the Southern District of New York.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
According to the indictment against Diddy, investigators seized more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant from his home. The court doc states these items were used in something referred to as freak-offs, which were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally.
the wise teacher mentions dirt of implausible proportions originating from Broadway, and in a powerful fulfillment of prophecy, humongously vile revelations followed the federal indictment in several news reports, detailing the distasteful happenings at and involving the Broadway-based enterprise, Bad Boy Entertainment, and bringing to light the people involved.
And she remembered a huge guy, 5 times her size, chain smoking, and hooking her up to a lie detector machine every day for 5 days straight, and threatening that if she failed the test, she'd be thrown into the East River.
If you're the studio and you record it, this is gonna sound horrible, but you know, you pay for a flight for a woman to come into the studio is the same as like ordering food to the studio.
This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. This individual was sexually abused, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio, in the promise to both his parents and to him himself of getting a record deal.
A lot of that began to come out into the news, and it caused national attention, like bringing people to accountability.
True to the word of prophecy, these dirty revelations drew a lot of national attention and often got compared to those in the federal cases of notorious sex offenders Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly that shocked the US. And many people have since been brought to accountability through the great deal of lawsuits filed, notably Herve Pierre, Christina Cora, Aaron Hall, Cuba Gooding Jr., Odell Beckham Jr., Juski, all renowned associates of Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment, and members of his family, his mother Janice Combs, and sons Justin and Christian Combs. Diddy, in a federal trial that lasted 8 weeks and attracted a lot of media coverage across the US through the testimonies from a number of witnesses, was found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution in a remarkable fulfillment of prophecy. This consistent demonstration of the spirit of prophecy in the life and ministry of the wise teacher, one not born a prophet, that exceptionally takes after that of his spiritual father, the greatest prophet alive today, Prophet Elvis Mbonyi, sets an abysmal precedent in our day, pointing to the uniform blessing that an entire generation can experience when the fathers turn to their sons and the sons to their fathers, as revealed in Malachi 4:5-6. It is for this that the wise teacher and all who hear him with great laud and love accord the highest form of double honor to Prophet Elvis Mbonyi.